Hey, everybody, and welcome back to your next cast. Thank you so much for checking out another episode. You're just in time to see me make my first cast here on Keaton Lake. This is a smaller lake that's near Lake of the Woods, which is where I fish most of the time. But today I just decided to visit this lake. I don't do it often, but at least once or twice a year, I try to get out on this lake to see what it has to offer. It's not as big and not as deep as the main lake, which is where you see me fish often, but it definitely does have bass in it. And so today I'm out there with my bait caster, and as you can guess, I'm throwing the Gary Yamamoto single tail grub green pumpkin color. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the highlights of this 2-hour fishing trip.
Fish. Fish, guys. It's our first one. Looks like a bass, too. Here we go. That's like our third cast, I think. Small, and that's what I've expected here on this lake is small bass, but maybe we'll run into some big ones. We'll see. That's a good start. Get that one already.
It does feel good to always get that first one out of the way. Maybe I'm not the only angler that's like this, but getting skunked is in the back of my head sometimes, even though most times I catch fish that I go out. But getting that first one out sometimes relieves some of the tension or pressure that you might feel in fishing. And literally, I'm just swimming this thing, just going around, just looking for fish. So I'm just chucking and winding, chucking and winding.
There's one. That feels like a good bass, too. Nope, just a regular bass.
Now watch what this bass spits up.
Wow, it just spit up a shad. It was eating. It just spit up a shad. I'm gonna let you all see it. But this little guy, look at the size of this thing. And then I'm gonna show you the shad it just spit up. There it is right there in the water, if you can see it. Let me try to get over just a little bit more. That's the shad right there, the body of it that it spit up. Right there.
It's really impressive sometimes when you see what bass are able to eat. I mean, sometimes they'll chew on something or strike at something that's almost the same length of their body and sometimes bigger than the length of their body. But that was a really good sized shad, which kind of clued me into that fish were feeding up. But unfortunately, I was only hooking into small ones like that right there. And unfortunately, I did not get him into the boat. I know some people actually count that as a fish catch, but I actually don't. My philosophy is I have to actually put the fish in the boat, put my hands on it for it to actually count, because in a tournament, if you don't actually get it in the boat, that fish doesn't actually count. But you can let me know in the comments what you think about that philosophy. Now that I count because it's in the boat.
Got him. Crappy.
I think it's going to be a little hard to see me right here, but if you look right back behind me to the left, you'll see there's like a fountain that actually comes out of the water, and that provides a running water source. Wherever you're fishing, if you can get near a running water source, that's usually a really good place to fish, because fish get oxygen from that It's got good fresh water that's flowing. Usually you're going to find bait fish around there. Water is moving. It just tends to be a great spot, especially to find largemouth bass. And there goes another one.
Same size. Whoops, baby. As long as we can get his babies.
So at this point, I fished for well over an hour, and we were approaching the end of the second hour. I was getting ready to move on to another spot, and then I made this cast, and well, you'll see what happens.
Telling they're all about this size.
I didn't necessarily get a lot of quality, but I did get a fairly good quantity for 2 hours of fishing. So after that fish, I decided to call it a day. We ended up fishing for 2 hours. We got 5 fish in the boat. Pretty good day. Keaton Lake is a really nice place to fish. It has a lot of great overhangs. It has a good amount of docks as well. So there's a lot of things to throw at, which I really enjoy. But I hope you enjoyed watching it. If you did, throw that thumbs up. We will see you next time right here on Your Next Cast.